This could have been the old blue, even horseshoe.
Let me talk to you while you're here if you can, Catherine, if that's okay. Catherine, I guess were you in here on Saturday?
I was here on Saturday.
Yeah, forgive me. What was your thought when you came inside? What was your thought when you saw everything?
Well, thank goodness it wasn't all burned. And when I just think of the amount of time we spent painting the walls. I was on the top of the scaffolding. The side pews weren't here, and when we went to my job was to paint in right at the ceiling, the top of the wall and at the ceiling. I thought, it's going to be a little more difficult now to repaint.
Safe to say, volunteers have spent hundreds of hours.
Oh, yes. Hundreds of hours.
And again, all volunteers.
All volunteers. Yeah.
And now, like you say, you're an optimist, but looking at this, there's a lot more damage than you can see from outside.
Yeah.
Talk a little bit about that if you can.
Well, like I said, when I looked down at the floor will look a lot better when the soot and I don't know what you call that black stuff. Black stuff. Dead.
The soot.
Dead charcoal.
The burned wood.
Burnt wood. The remnants. But we're having a Zoom meeting of the property committee and so on later today.
There's a lot of damage just by looking at the organ, by looking at the walls, smoke damage as well as heat damage, if you can just talk a little bit about that.
Oh, yeah, and the light globes that we had to replace when we first took over the building. Yes, it's just it can be done like one of the, I don't know whether it was the fire marshal or one of the
police
or the police or firemen said, well, it's restorable. So I guess we just have to continue to have that feeling, and we made a big difference when we started to restore the building, and we'll just do it again. The unfortunate thing is we can't figure out the insurance part.
Is that solved yet? Like there's no estimate on damage or anything?
No. But somebody just off the top of their head said 100,000.
Will insurance cover it?
We don't know.
So that's the big question. Mm-hmm. And last question is, and I asked you this off camera, but I mean, it's one of those things where it's not an off topic to ask, and given that this weekend, do you think it was a hate crime?
We don't know that, because we did discuss that. Some of our board members were present on Saturday. We did discuss it. We don't know.
Terrible.
I think it was a very sad, angry individual.
Or individuals.
One of them liked French fries because they left them behind.
Sorry, say that again?
One of the individuals left their French fries behind from McDonald's. They were ID'd as being from McDonald's, the 24-hour open establishment.
kind of as the museum as well, because we don't have the White House fully sorted out for that yet. That was supposed to be this year's project, was get the White House sorted out to not only be the caretaker's estate, but also a small little museum, meeting area, as well as public washroom.
Just go through a few more of the pictures.
A little more information on the township. 1845 is when it was constructed. It would later become known as SS number 1, Port Britain. SS number 2 in Wesleyville was the log construction and located half a mile east of the present school site. And this is just some of the paperwork that they had been able to save and track down over the years. For instance, CN Railway.
What year is that?
This one is February 11th, 1927. This is reclosing Old Lakeshore Road. Excuse me, fly. Looks like for registered Office of Right-of-Way Agent. There's a handwritten letter here for a bylaw, number 264.
And sorry, does it say the year or no?
Not saying the year, no. Actually, 1840.
1840.
7th, 1840. November, it looks like. So, like, these are things that they had saved and gathered throughout all the years. Unfortunately, some things are now looking like this here.
Yeah.
So, it's...
Like I stained all this, I know. I did it when nobody else was around. And a nice, one of those little brooms they use for staining. That's what
This is a Bible, actually.
Yeah, that's something that
It's got what
Sue
Okay.
just talked with Derek
from New Hope. So, yeah.
Well, it's you can tell how, even just you doing that, you can feel.
Yeah. Still there, because they were all up on that table up there.
Oh, they're at the front.
We've already
And other ones?
thought of that.
Those are the photo frames.
And Paul actually said that.
Okay, yeah, I just.
So they were all stuck together, and I was trying to peel them apart yesterday, but surprisingly the photos were alright.
Oh, I know.
It'll be a thing of
And that's all attractive, it's something like that.
taking them out tonight and
So, you know, we need
getting
to
them all
hold
dried
meetings.
again.
Well, yeah, well, just be.